Welcome to the Heal Your Hunger Show, where we get to the heart of why you overeat and how to stop. If you struggle with food and weight like I did, welcome home.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Heal Your Hunger Show. I'm so happy to have you here. It is a great day to be alive. And I have a short and sweet message for you here today. I want to talk about good and bad foods and a reframe for that kind of thinking, which is very diet culture-ish. I want to first say welcome if you're here at the Heal Your Hunger Show for the first time. This is where we talk about things that go beyond diet and exercise and those kinds of diet culture mindsets. Really important that we move beyond that, because how long have you been dieting? How many dieting roller coaster rides have you been on? I know I went on plenty myself, and I had to find a better way. So Heal Your Hunger is all about that better way, and that is facing and healing the underlying causes of emotional eating. So if that's something that you're interested in, you have landed in the right place. If you're not sure if you're an emotional eater, did you know you can take a quiz on my website that's free, and it takes about 3 minutes at healyourhunger.com. It'll help you determine if you're an emotional eater or a food addict or somewhere in between. So take the quiz, get your personalized score, and then go from there. Also, we are ramping things up in the Secret Sauce group. If you want to have a home, the Secret Sauce group is a great place to hang out if you're an emotional eater or a food addict, or just struggle with body image, weight gain, anything around body dysmorphia. Let's talk about it in the Secret Sauce group. So just go to Facebook, type in the Secret Sauce to End Emotional Eating, and you can join us there. We'd love to have you. Okay, so on with my short and sweet message. I want to talk about this concept of good and bad foods. Like I hear people say often, can I eat this? Can I eat that? And I always think it's funny because I'm like, who am I to tell you what you can eat and can't eat? So often when we're in that diet culture, we're waiting for a guru to tell us what to eat. We want somebody to hand us the diet, give me the diet, just take the thinking out of it. But what I want you to do is I want you to take your power back, stop abdicating responsibility for what you put in your mouth. I'm an emotional eater who has healed from a hopeless condition of emotional eating. So I can tell you what's worked for me. I can tell you what's worked for thousands of people that I've coached. But still, at the end of the day, I want you to check in with yourself. I want you to get honest. I want you to face your emotions so your emotions don't drive your food choices. To me, that's how to have sanity around food. That's how to have peace. So I can teach you all about healing emotional eating, but I'm not going to teach you what you should and should not eat, because everybody is different. We have a divine physician, a divine nutritionist that will give us feedback with the foods that we eat. Does it feel good? Does it feel bad? Does it bloat me? Does it break me out? Does it make me feel sluggish? All these things that I want you to get really on top of by listening to your body. So if we face the emotional roller coaster ride, if we face the self-hatred and the self-esteem struggles, I promise you, if you deal with your stress level, if you start taking care of your stress by setting boundaries on your time, all these things together will help you get in touch and in tune. And then you'll know what foods work for you and what foods don't. Now, that could take time, so I make recommendations to my clients. Of course I do. Salads are probably a healthier choice than pizza. But still, I hope that you're getting my drift, which is, food is food. There's no good foods and bad foods. There's no such thing. There's foods that heal, and there's foods that destroy. There's foods that nourish, and there's foods that deplete. And what's really important is that you start tuning into that. Check in with yourself. How does it feel? How does it make you feel? How much energy do you have when you eat that salad versus when you eat the hamburger? What foods work for you? This is an exploration that I want you to go on, but you can't do it just based on food. You see, when we have a burden of emotions, when we have been stuffing our emotions our whole lives, we have this other part of us, the emotional eater in us, which responds to life's stress with food. which is constantly reacting to life's situations with food. And when you're in that dance of dealing with your emotions with food, you won't be able to check in with yourself. You'll just be an automatic pilot of, I'm stressed, let me eat this. I'm afraid, let me eat that. I'm discouraged, let me look in the refrigerator. When you have that knee-jerk reaction, when you're set up in that automatic cycle of eating when you're uncomfortable, you're not going to be able to check in with yourself. Okay, so that's why I always tell people, first of all, a very well-known statistic is that 98% of all diets fail. So even if somebody hands you a diet, you won't be able to follow it. Who are you kidding? How many diets have you been on? For how many years? How many decades? Okay, so clearly that's the old way. The new way, friends, is to address and heal the emotions, to address and heal the stress, to make new choices in your life, so that you're no longer in that reaction mode, that automatic knee-jerk, I'm stressed, I'm hurting, I'm alone, I'm lonely, I'm sad, let me eat. When you clear out, when you break that habit of eating over your emotions, then you can check in and you actually have agency. You can find out what feels nourishing and what feels depleting. Doesn't that sound nice? To be able to really check in with yourself and not have your choices be clouded or determined by your emotions. That's what facing emotional eating is about. I hope that makes sense to you. It's a simple message. Deal with the emotional eating. Check in with yourself. There are no good or bad foods. There's foods that feel good in your body, and there's foods that feel like they're depleting you, causing you to crave, causing you to feel triggered to eat more. Those are foods, they're not for your highest and best good. So I want you to get away from good and bad languaging. That's diet culture, okay? And move towards knowing what works for you, what is for your highest and best good, what makes you feel good, nourished, energized, satisfied, and proud of your choices. No more good and bad languaging, okay? Deal? Please say right now, deal. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be with you. Let's change our diet languaging. Let's heal and make healing choices. Love you so much. If you're ready to get off the dieting roller coaster ride and finally make peace with food and with your body, talk to a Heal Your Hunger mentor about what steps you need to take based on your own history with food and weight. Go to healyourhunger.com and register for an emotional eating breakthrough session and see how fast you can experience real change. It's a complimentary evaluation, but there are limited spots available. So go to healyourhunger.com and register to speak with a mentor today.